Most people think that if they want to grow, if they want to level up their life, their work, their business, that they need more, that they're not enough. So they need more strategy, more learning, more confidence, more qualifications, more techniques. Sound familiar? I was definitely super guilty of this. And of course, the personal development world knows this. It feeds this constantly. There is always another course. There is always another framework. There is always another thing that you need to fix about yourself. But I learnt the reality the hard way. You don't need more. You need much, much less. Less noise, less performing, less looking outside yourself for answers, less trying to become someone you think you should be. Because growth is not about becoming someone new. It never was. You were always enough. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who you should be. Now, when you were a child, you didn't question yourself, did you? You spoke when you had something to say. You tried things without worrying. You knew when you were hungry. You knew when you were tired. You learned to walk despite failing constantly. You learned to talk. You believed you could do anything. You didn't wait for permission. You didn't worry about how you were being perceived. You just had your needs met and you showed up. Then slowly over time, that changes. School teaches you to get it right, and if you don't, you are punished. Work teaches you to fit in. Society teaches you to be acceptable, to be palatable, to be careful, to not set up that business, to not take that trip, to be realistic, to not stand out too much, to get married at a certain age. And without even realizing it, you start performing. You start editing yourself. You start second guessing your instincts, looking outside for validation, waiting until you feel ready, waiting until you feel confident. And then, of course, this is where people get stuck. Because the more disconnected you become from your own instincts, the more that you think that the answers must be out there somewhere. So the more that you look and the more that you struggle. You're looking for another course, another strategy, another way to fix yourself. But the next level of your life is not out there anywhere. It is the version of you that trusted yourself right back in the beginning. The version of you that moved before you had certainty, that spoke without overthinking everything, that didn't need approval, that didn't need to perform. Real growth, it's not about adding more, it's about unlearning. Unlearning the fear, unlearning the conditioning, unlearning the belief that you are not enough just as you are. Because you were never ever lacking. You were just trained to doubt yourself. And the people, the ones who really change their lives, the people who really step into something bigger, they don't become more impressive. They become more themselves. They come back to themselves. They get quieter. They get clearer. They get more certain. They stop looking outside for all the answers and they start trusting what they already know and what they already knew. Your next level is not about becoming someone new. It's about coming back and remembering who you were before you learned to doubt yourself. And when you do that, something beautiful happens and everything changes. And this is work you absolutely can do by yourself. However, if you do need some guidance, please make sure that you do get in touch to talk about the one-to-one work that I offer. You can click the link in the comments or direct message me on LinkedIn.